Okay, I'm going to start with the notes. You guys are going to put these in Desmos when I'm finished, and you're going to find the answers. This is how you should have done these problems on the mock STAAR. And if you got these wrong, then you can correct them. Number 26, 59, 25, and so forth and so on. Those are all in the mock STAAR, and you have to correct the ones that you got wrong anyways. Okay, so the steps to solve. So for instance, number 26 and 59, you were supposed to put one side in y equals and the other side in y equals. Same thing here. One side y equals and the other side y equals. And it tells you right here, remember, if the equation has another letter, you must replace it with an x. So all your letters right here, those should be x's. X, X, X. Okay, so again, you graph the left side, which is y equals 34x plus 95 in one of the equation boxes. And you graph the other side, y equals 3 parentheses 14x plus 9 in the other box, in the other box in Desmos. Okay? And what are we looking for when we graph both of them? How do you find the solution? Where they intersect, where they cross. So find where the two lines intersect or cross. Or cross. And the answer for both of these will be the x because there is no y's. So the answer will be whatever the x is. Okay, so that's how you're going to do those in a little bit. The next one. This one has x's and y's, okay? And the question is asking for the value of y. So you don't have to put another y in there because it already has it. So you're just going to graph the first equation in Desmos, and you're going to graph the second equation in Desmos just how you see it. Así como está. Do not change anything. Do not add anything. Okay? Find where the two lines intersect. Donde cruzan las dos líneas. And the solution, yeah, but why does it have n? A y. The solution is the y. Remember, if the lines are parallel, there is no solution because they never cross. And if the lines are coinciding, that means if there's only one line, one on top of the other, then the solutions are infinite solutions. Okay, so don't forget that. And then the last one at the bottom. Again, if there is no y's, you're going to have to add them. So this side will be y equals, and this side will be y equals. If there is no y's, you need to add them. So first I'm going to graph y equals, parentheses, x plus 7, close parentheses, square. And then I'm going to graph y equals 81 into the box on Desmos. Find where the two cross intersect, where the two lines intersect. And what's my answer going to be, an x or a y? What does the equation have? Does the equation have x's or y's? X's. So my answer is x. Okay? And it's going to have two of them. All right, on the back. Let's go to the back page. So we're going to graph the equation, and we're going to graph the answers. We're going to graph the equation, and we're going to graph all these answers. The line must go through the solutions of the parabola in order to be correct. So it needs to look something like this. Here's an example. Like that. It needs to go through a solution, or it can go through this other solution if you want to. But it has to go through the solution in order for it to be a factor. Okay, this is an example. And then same thing here. We're going to graph the equation and graph the answers. And see which one goes through the solution. Number 58, now it's asking for an equivalent to this equation. So we're going to graph the equation, and we're going to graph all the answer choices, and we'll see which one is equivalent. What does equivalent mean? Equal, the same. Which one is the same? ¿Cuál de estas es igual a esa? The same. So again, we're going to graph the equation in Desmos, and we're going to graph the answers. And the graphs must, must be the same in order for it to be correct. Before we start this one, let me go ahead and change this Q. It's supposed to be a 6. That's a 6. If not, you're going to get it wrong. And these can all be put in Desmos, the same thing. Type the question on Desmos and click on sliders. Set the slider equal to 3. If there's more than one letter, so for instance, this one you're going to have one slider, but this one you're going to have 2 sliders. You're going to have a slider for Q and a slider for W. So if you have more than one, you can set the numbers to be 3, 4, and 5, and so on, okay? Try never to use 1 or 2 or 0. Type your answers one at a time, and the correct answer will give you the same as the gray box in the original equation. Make sure you check all your answers. Okay, so I'm just going to practice number 5 with you because the rest of them should be super easy. So let's type that in Desmos right now so that you can see what I'm talking about with these sliders. We're going to hit divide first because this whole thing is being divided. So hit the division button first so you have a top and a bottom. Okay, I'm going to have parentheses, Q, close parentheses. No, not close parentheses. To the power of 4. Then close the parentheses. To the power of -3. At the bottom, you're going to have q to the power of -15. Okay, so that's exactly what my question looks like. And then it says add a slider for q, so you click it. Okay, and remember, what number am I going to make this? 3, or you can make it your age. If you forget, just type your age on there. 3. So that gives me 27. I need an answer that will also give me 27. So then I start typing the answer choices. Answer 1, A, is q to the power of 27. So q to the power of 27 would give me this big number. Does this look like this one? ¿Se parecen? No, that's not my answer. So then I keep going. I'm going to do C next. Letter C is q to the 3rd power. So all I need to change is just the 27 to the power of 3. That gives me 27. So both of these answers give me the same thing. So I think it's C, right? Everybody put a question mark on C. I still have to check B and D because I told you need to check all of them. So letter B, put the division sign first. On top you have a 1. On bottom you have q to the power of 27. So that's not it because that's a big long number. And then I'm going to change the 27 to a 3. And that's also not it. So that's how you figure what the answer is. You type the question, you add a slider, and then you type all the answers and see which one gives you the same thing. Any questions? Okay, go ahead and finish the worksheet.